I'm Brad.
And I'm Kristen, and today we're going to talk about all things summer.
Summer, crowds, foods, rides, updates, all kinds of fun stuff.
We're going to let you know everything that you need to know, tips, tricks, and what to expect this summer.
So let's take off on another
Neverland adventure.
Let's go.
Well, supposedly the temperature is around 84 degrees, but if I'm being honest, it feels a little bit warmer than that. So I think the first thing I want to do is find a shady spot. Well, showing up here Sunday afternoon, it's around 3 o'clock. There's no line at all, and the park seems pretty chill. Maybe because it's Sunday afternoon, maybe because it's hot. I'm not sure which, or maybe a combination of both. And just like that, we're back. Well, we're gonna make our way down Main Street and see what kind of trouble we can get into, but I will say that, at least initially, as far as the crowds go, for the summer, it feels pretty chill. It feels pretty relaxed, especially compared to how it's been on weekdays, honestly. Today's a Sunday, so if you're planning on coming to the park anytime soon, I would actually recommend coming during a weekend. It's actually been more chill. Now, some other tips. If you want to avoid the crowds, my number one tip is to get here early and rope drop. So it just depends on your tolerance for heat, but because we live here, we're a little bit spoiled. So when it's this hot, and we're picky,
Yes.
but when it's this hot, we like to usually come late in the day or later.
Yes.
And then we're gonna head to Small World because it's air conditioned.
Yes.
And
That is one of my favorite rides to do when it's hot out. Besides Christmas time, of course, Small World is great when it's hot out because it's air conditioned. Pirates as well, but it's not open right now, unfortunately. But soon.
Party of 5.
Just got on row 1. Can't beat that.
I am excited for some AC and It's a Small World.
It's nasty. Is it humid? It feels humid. So we love Peter Pan, absolutely love Peter Pan, but we have a rule. We don't ride Peter Pan. We don't get in the queue if the queue is extended out here, which it is.
Most of the time it is.
Most of the time it is. So only if we catch it at rope drop or maybe late at night. Just the time that we were on Small World, we noticed that since we walked back outside, it is a little bit cooler.
There's a little bit of a cooler breeze happening, which makes it a lot nicer.
A little bit. I mean, as the day goes on, it's definitely going to get cooler and more enjoyable. So when you are here and it's hot, you definitely want to trust us. Here's a perfect shady spot to get a little break from the heat, and it's right over to the left of the castle, basically in between the hub and
the entrance to Frontierland.
Exactly, and this is a spot we love to come, and it's almost always empty. It's probably a good 15 degrees cooler right here. Maybe not that much.
Maybe not that cooler, but I would say 10. I mean, when it gets in the shade in California, that's the nice thing about California. You can go in the shade and it really does feel a lot cooler, and it's much more tolerable. And Disneyland is really good about having shady areas, just all the trees. It's been here since 1955, so all the trees are really matured and there's lots of shade. Over at DCA, it's not so much the case unless you're back in what would it be called?
It's too hot over there, and I'm not happy about it.
By Grizzly River Run.
Not to complain, but I'm not happy when I'm hot, and I'm much happier right now.
Yes.
Let's go inside the Golden Horseshoe and cool off for a little bit. You can literally feel the cool air. Now that is nice. Imagine it's 1955.
How you doing? How are you? You having a good day? Good day at Disneyland?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm good. Okay, you're smiling. That's good. That's good. Boy, it's nice in here, isn't it? I heard it's hot outside. Yeah, well, not in here, and I'm glad that you found us. And boy, you made that journey all the way out here to the Frontierland territory. That long, dusty ride. Well, you found us to the historic and beautiful Golden Horseshoe.
Well, we are walking through New Orleans Square now. It's definitely cooling off, and the crowds are very tolerable Sunday evening. If you want to experience Disneyland with low crowds, I would recommend Sunday evenings, to be honest. So the walls at Pirates have been up for 3 months. It's been a long time, and it's our favorite ride, so we are very excited. Check out our next video because we will be among the first to ride Pirates on the day that it reopens. We're very excited about that. That'll be on the next video. So the walls, like I said, they've been up for over 3 months, and we regularly like to come over here and check out and kind of see what's new, and they're definitely making progress. I mean, they've planted 2 new trees, they ripped up all the floor. We don't know what they're doing inside, but
it's apparently back up and running though, because at Blue Bayou the walls have come down, the water's up. I mean, boats aren't coming by to my knowledge, but the walls are down, so that means the water is back in and the mood is set on the bayou. So that means it's just around the corner.
yep. Well, we're over here at our little hideaway spot by Splash Mountain. Number one, it's a cool place temperature-wise, but also it's cool because, first of all, hardly anybody knows about this. Second of all, it overlooks the rivers of America and it overlooks Splash Mountain. So it's really a cool spot because we can stand up here and scope out how wet the Splash Mountain people get. And it's pretty funny.
So Splash Mountain, obviously during the summertime, is extremely popular, just given that it's a water ride and you get wet and it feels good because it's the summer. So the lines for Splash Mountain can get extremely long. So if you have the Genie Plus Pass, I would recommend that. I would also recommend that you kind of watch the line because it does fluctuate. We've seen it go from 120 minutes down to 30 minutes and then back up to 75. So just watch the times, but it will get long during the summer.
Something to remember about the summertime is that every night they're doing Fantasmic. So New Orleans Square starts to change around 5 o'clock. They stop the trips over to Tom Sawyer's Island. The sailing ship Columbia gets in for the night. Then you start to see activity like this right here. Rigging crews and all of the cast members that are needed to run Fantasmic start showing up, and then the speakers come out of the ground, which is really cool and I like to watch. So keep that in mind if you're coming on any night. They're doing it every night, so keep that in mind. How about this atmosphere?
Perfect.
It's starting to feel so nice out.
Much nicer.
So we just got done eating dinner over at DCA, and now we're back over here at Disneyland, and the crowds are lining up for the Main Street Electrical Parade, which we did actually the second night that it was here. So we're not gonna do this, but we are gonna enjoy the park while everyone else is in line for this. There's 2 things that we consider must-dos every time we're at the park. Number 1 is the train. Number 2 is Pirates. Obviously, we haven't been able to do Pirates, but we always make sure to do the Grand Circle Tour on the Disneyland Limited.
We are about to go on the Disneyland Railroad. It's one of our favorites. Jake loves the...
I love the railroad. I loved it since I was a little kid. I always wanted to go on it. I learned a little bit about the history. I believe we're getting Fred Gurley next, so that's one of my favorite trains.
That's his favorite train.
Built in 1894. Was about to get scrapped, but Walt bought it for $12,000.
Walt really is the man.
It's amazing.
It is amazing.
I love the train.
You have
it's always my favorite.
You have Walt on your shirt today.
Yeah.
Represent.
Yeah. And then Kansas City, because he used to live there, I believe. So
Yeah, that was where Laugh-O-Gram Studios was.
All the lights. We're about to embark on a Grand Circle tour.
Our favorite thing. What's your favorite stop?
I like probably Main Street Station. Just
too.
where it all begins.
Yeah, Main Street Station. It's a tie for me between Main Street and New Orleans.
Here we go. We're taking off.
happy place. Disneyland presents our spectacular festival pageant of nighttime magic and imagination. The thousands of sparkling lights.
Well, we had fun. It was hot and then it was cold. And hopefully you saw the crowds, which were really not that bad, except around Fantasmic and the
Main Street like parade. It gets a little crazy.
But we had a great time, and
Shocked with World of Color too.
Yes.
World of Color over at DCA. But we are excited for our next trip because Pirates is opening. So make sure you tune into that video when it comes out. But until then, just a reminder for you to go out and have your own adventures. But until next time,
We'll catch you on our next Neverland adventure.
See ya, guys.